So random topic here. I honestly wanted to put this out here because, I don't know, I just felt like it. It's 4 o'clock on a Saturday. I just got home from work. And so I just decided to, rant about something. So with my experience from autism, because I have Asperger's myself, it's very minimal. I got the lucky side of it, but I'm going to get into that later. But yeah, I mean, this is from my experience. I went to Gateway Academy. Look it up. It's a private school for autism, very prestigious here in Arizona. And trust me, I've seen it all. I've seen every form of it. So I guess just let's get into it for people to understand. This is coming from my perspective. I may not get everything here right. I may not get every genre because, it's to where I can't really get everything in one video. At least I'm going off of just the top of my mind right now. Brain dumping. Okay. So you got, let's see here. So there's about, I want to say there's 4, maybe 5 kinds of autism. Now, okay, where do I start? Okay, we'll start off with mine then, which is considered to be you're the luckiest form of them all, which is basically superpowers, but you don't have to worry about social awkwardness. Like, you can fully communicate with the world. You can do whatever you want. I mean, I work in fucking sales. Like, that's like the hardest job for someone with autism to do, and I do really well at it. I'm actually living my best life right now. And I don't know, it's just to where you get all the benefits, so you can basically have any superpower you can imagine from autism. Like, for instance, I know everything about fucking cars. I know everything about mathematics. I can learn, dude, I literally learned algebra by the second fucking grade. So yeah, it's kind of like that. But, it's to where you get to fully function in society. Okay. Now on to the next one, which is superpowers, but you are socially awkward. So we have those quiet introverts that are absolute fucking geniuses. We're talking, typically you see these people working in IT or anything STEM related, mostly. Those are the people who you're definitely going to see a lot of those types of autistic people. I mean, they can still kind of socialize, but it's kind of just to where it's not they're not social butterflies per se. They're the second rarest. I'm the rarest, but they're the second rarest kind of autism. You see them usually in about 10 to 15% of people with autism, I'd say. And they're just the geniuses who make the world go round, and they're the backbone of every white-collar industry. So kudos to them. Now, on to the third level. We're going basically down on function as we go. The third level, we've got it to where they're... Well, actually, no. Okay. Third level. People without... Okay, fuck. How do I put this? People with autism got moderate superpowers, but also socially awkward. Those ones typically are just... I don't know. They're just silly little fellas, typically. I don't know how to put it, but they're just somewhere in between 2 and 4. They're just a middle road. They're like your average person with autism for the most part. That's the most typical form you'll find, to where they're just socially awkward. They're still pretty smart, but they're not like fucking superpower level. But they're still fucking IQs are probably in the 120s to 140s range, or 120 to 140. That's around where you'll find them. Maybe 115. But anyways, those are people... They're just the average person with autism, at least from my experience going to Gateway Academy. That's about what 50 to 60% of the population was. And sometimes they're kind of less socially awkward also, but they have even less superpowers. So it's more like 105 to 120. But those are the middle road ones, the ones you typically see. And then we've got tier 4, which is the annoying ones. I'm sorry to say it, but some of them, they're the low-functioning ones, kind of. They're not so low-functioning that they can't talk or they can't walk or they can't, they're physically they're just physically disabled. That's the next tier. But these people are both socially awkward and they're not really the brightest, and they typically always will not shut the fuck up, okay? These are the kind of people who, I don't know how to describe this to you because I can only go off of my experience. There was this kid, I won't say his name, but let's just say his name is Bob. Bob was an annoying little shit back at my school. He literally sexually harassed me and my ex-girlfriend Marie, and he was just always known as the one annoying kid who will never shut up, who just went on about fucking horror movies and shit all fucking day. I mean, that's fine. If you like horror movies, fine. But don't fucking make it the one thing you ever talk about and talk about it for 30% of the fucking class. And that's for every fucking class. I'm talking every single hour. You got hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, hour 4, hour 5, and hour 6, and lunch. Not to mention that motherfucker had some friends to where they were screaming at the top of their lungs, making my ears fucking ring because I have sensory issues still. That's the one thing I gotta say I still have. When it comes to hearing, I do hate high frequency noises. That definitely gets me. And yeah, it was just a nightmare. Either way, he was just one of the most annoying people I've ever fucking met. I hope that one day he does mature out of it, because very rarely with treatments they can get out of that phase onto at least one level up. But until then, it's to where and also he's just so low functioning that I don't even think he could work as a baggage handler without fucking just annoying the fucking customers. So now we are on to the final tier, which is the ones who got the shortest end of the stick. We're talking, like I said, the nonverbal, or God forbid, nonverbal and paralyzed. I truly feel bad for those people. Those ones, they just really got the short end of the stick. They also could be really high functioning for all we know. I've seen it to where they actually are pretty damn high functioning occasionally, but it doesn't really show unless it's like really given the chance. But they, unfortunately, they just really got the bad end of it, and they typically don't live very long. At least from my experience, for what I remember. I mean, a lot of my friends who had brothers, sisters, nieces, whatever, who had that very low functioning autism, unfortunately, they don't live beyond 35, I want to say, just because of multiple health complications. It just is the way it is, and it's sad, and I truly do feel bad for those people, man. That they really got fucked over in life. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Once again, take this with a grain of salt. This is just from my experience. Like I said, there could be more subgenres. Honestly, there's probably 6 tiers, maybe even more. So I guess let me know what you guys think in the comments, because this is a very, very unique topic. As we know, autism is a spectrum, but somehow that still isn't mainstream, to be honest with you, because I don't know, just for what I've seen in this world, they just label it in like 2-3 categories and call it a fucking day. So, with that, take care, stay safe. It's a crazy world out there, folks. Believe me, I've seen enough people die prematurely to not have to. I literally have to say that every time, because I swear to God, every time. Oh, whatever. I don't want to get morbid on the end, but just take care, folks.